I just had the extreme pleasure last night of meeting a very special person for the first time. I had read quite a bit of her literature. I had heard her on the radio a couple of times, and because I'm running down to this ribbon cutting, I'm going to miss portions of her speech, but I wanted to just publicly acknowledge her, and that's Dr. Deborah Davis, who is with us here on the front table. Dr. Davis. And I think that when you hear what she has to say, you're going to be amazed today with some of the things that she's going to talk about. You'll be blown away, in fact, and some of you might be a little disturbed. You might be a little upset. You might be a little concerned. But I can tell you that when you hear what she has to say and then you begin to fully realize the difference that Trevani products can make in your life and the life of those people that you know and people that you love, you're going to really come to understand what do no harm philosophy really means. It is a powerful philosophy, and I can tell you it's not just some statement that we threw out there in hopes that it would get people excited. It is exactly what it purports itself to be. Do no harm. So when Dr. Deborah Davis speaks today, I want you to keep that in mind, okay? And just know that this is a company that's gone to great lengths to preserve your health and to preserve the health of the people that you know and the people that you love. Okay? You know, we went to such great lengths to make sure that this do no harm philosophy was followed. And, you know, some of these companies will come along and they'll say, well, we have great products because we don't put any harmful ingredients in them. And, you know, there's something that they forget. They forget that many of the harmful ingredients are basically formed as interactions as they interact with other ingredients in the formula. And what we find is that they make a statement about safe products because they don't think they're putting anything that's harmful in, but they're not testing the formulas once they're finished, right? And what else do we know about these harmful ingredients? What else do they react to? They react to the plastics. They react to the packaging. And in fact, that was one of the things that Dr. Davis mentioned yesterday. I think she just came back from a conference where they talked about these endocrine disruptors and these estrogen mimics and some of these other things that are coming out of these plastics. And these formulas absorb these chemicals. And then you absorb those ingredients. And it is a toxic brew. So these are things that I hope that you feel absolutely compelled to share with people. Right? I mean, this isn't a matter of just something that would be nice to do. This is very, very important. You know, yesterday I was talking with Chad, Dr. White, outside. He made an interesting comment, and this is so brilliant to me because it is so true. He said, you realize that even if you took the purpose part of this company away and left this company to run on its product merits, you would still have a fantastic opportunity. Well, that's right. That's exactly right. You see, because in this great mission that we have of being humane and helping other people, the first person that we want to treat really, really well is us. Yeah, we want to make sure that we are treating ourselves appropriately, right? And that's both from a prosperity standpoint and from a health standpoint, because we believe that as full-time humanitarians, that if you're not healthy and if you're not prosperous, you can't do the job. Yeah, that's how we feel. And we think that's really important. And so that mission of the company from a harmful ingredient standpoint, it's powerful. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else can say the things that we say about our products. Nobody. You know, the bar was really raised in personal care products over the last 5 or 6 years. And I can tell you it's no longer good enough just to throw a bunch of good ingredients or quasi-good ingredients into a formula. It is no longer good enough, right? Because these same companies will then throw preservatives into those formulas that are toxic. And they'll throw fragrances on top of formulas that they tell you are good, and those are toxic. And then there's the interactions, and then there's the leaching from the products and the plastic issues and all the other things. Does that make sense? Yeah? Yeah? Well, those are things